beautiful people of it. Also, like, is that expression not enough to convict him? Like, look at that face. Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime.
Silence.
Oh boy. Are you gonna say anything, or are you just gonna headache? Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past. Swords? What swords? The swords of words. This is a duel to the death. The fate of the accused rests in our hands. We will each take 6 steps away, turn around, and fire. Bam! Like the Western showdowns. Begone, ye cowardly heart. Ye of cowardly heart, the battlefield hath no place for ye. Hello? Again? Oh my. Spare me, please! There we go again. So much for sturdier shackles. Oh no! Ag! Man, he has to be strong as heck to break those freaking shackles, man. I want to know what his training regimen is. What is he lifting in prison? Freaking, blocks of cement? Those chains hindered my vow that heads would roll this day. This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning. Alright, and we're back. We're back, meaning we have to deal with this wonderful, totally not creepy guy. Oh, here we go. Court is back in session. Our next witness is... Oh my god. Yes, I'm acting on behalf of the mayor in this very important matter. It seems the witness is predisposed at the moment. Judge, please have a spine. Aren't cell phones not allowed in court? Or freaking, what do you call them? Shoulder phones. Surely you jest. I will hold you to your promise. Remember that. Oh boy. Oh, and he just hangs up. Doesn't say anything either. Oh, my deepest apologies. This is Florid LaBelle, personal aide to Mayor Tenma, or should I say, the accused. Why'd he say, this is Florid LaBelle, like he's answering a phone? Ouch, like the poor mayor hasn't suffered enough. Well, what business do you have with me? I'm a very busy man, so let's make this as brief as possible. Oh, he's dead. Your baldness. Ah, right. Ahem. Mr. Filch's testimony has revealed a hole in your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection with the case at hand. To think I'd be associated with this entirely lurid affair. Not again. Well, I'm not, so may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to. That's not how it works! You can't just say, oh, yeah, I'm not related, bye, and then leave. That's not how it works! You can't do that.
Objection!
Also, put your phones on silent. You're in court. I don't think so, Mr. LaBelle. Do you realize what a serious crime you've committed? Witness, you're being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air. Fine. The truth is, I faked my alibi for a very good reason. Oh, I'd love to hear this. The mayor was obviously the killer, so I created a false alibi to confuse the matter. Also, his hair is green. Like, out of everything, why did he choose green? He looks like the freaking Joker. Well, he is a Joker. You see, as his personal aide, I felt I had to protect him. Sorry. I hate this guy. You think this is funny? Without your alibi, you're a suspect too. What were you really doing at the time of the crime? Besides being your creepy freaking self. Poof, peasant, how dare you accuse me, one of the beautiful people of it. Also, like, is that expression not enough to convict him? Like, look at that face. Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime.
Silence.
Oh boy. Are you gonna say anything, or are you just gonna headache? Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past. Swords? What swords? The swords of words. This is a duel to the death. The fate of the accused rests in our hands. We will each take 6 steps away, turn around, and fire. Bam! Like the Western showdowns. Begone, ye cowardly heart. Ye of cowardly heart, the battlefield hath no place for ye. Hello? Again? Oh my. Spare me, please! There we go again. So much for sturdier shackles. Oh no! Ag! Man, he has to be strong as heck to break those freaking shackles, man. I want to know what his training regimen is. What is he lifting in prison? Freaking, blocks of cement. Those chains hindered my vow that that heads would roll this day. This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning. Will the witness please deliver the accused death knell? You know of what I speak. Most certainly. His goose is already cooked. Time to stick a fork in him. I hate you. Whatever he has to say can't be good. As I told Prosecutor Blackwell during the recess, I rushed right over to the Fox chamber when I heard little Jinxie scream. What? Then, drumroll please. No. Oh my god. I saw Mayor Tenma opening the forbidden chamber doors. But it just keeps going. There you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door, as witnessed by one Phineas Filch. It was the accused. There was never any third party. Okay, but like, how can we trust that what he's saying is true considering we're accusing him as being the one who opened the chamber door, so him saying that he didn't do it is obviously what he would say to defend himself. And there's no proof that he wasn't the one who opened it, so what the heck, man? Oh, and that's not all. Uh-huh. I heard something quite startling there at the scene of the crime. Oh no. Startling sounds bad. The mayor, who was barely conscious, muttered this. Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed the alderman. That's right. The mayor actually confessed to the murder right then and there. How would... Okay, so I guess he was hiding there, but how would he know? I'm also confused why the mayor even said that, too. He confessed is what the judge said before, okay. Gosh, the more we learn in this case, the more I get, like, my head starts turning. Order in the court. This is quite conclusive testimony if it stands. Just so, and quite astonishing, I might add. I only learned of this fact during the recess. I just love surprises, don't you? That's why I saved the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you. No way. I don't believe Mr. LaBelle heard the mayor confess. But is this really true? Did Mayor Tenma really confess? It is indeed. During that last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter. It would seem Mayor Tenma actually did confess. That testimony is quite favorable to the prosecution's... I thought Jinxie wasn't going to tell anyone, and oh my god. This is LaBelle. Yes, I called earlier about the party reservations. That's right, and I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tenma's conviction gala. A splendid time is guaranteed for all but the mayor and his defense. Dude. Well, as it seems our witness is a very busy man, let's get right to his testimony. Did you not hear that? Bro's already planning a party for the mayor's conviction. Mr. LaBelle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime. Bro, all that and we haven't even had him testify yet, and we hadn't even cross-examined him yet. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a long one. I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession. Oh, you were hiding, alright, but not in the shadows. I believe you were hiding behind one of the doors because Apollo saw something broken behind one of the doors, right? I think he was hiding there. Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me. Immediately after that, the mayor came too, stood up, and opened the forbidden chamber. So what he's saying is what he did. As I read in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end. Wait, we had to press that because Jinxie was there. I must say, this is a shocking revelation. Quite unexpected. To think the defendant actually confessed that in there to his crime. Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear, so he confided in his daughter. Do you realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court? Once again, sorry. It's just, I feared being accused if I mentioned coming upon that most unpleasant scene. Ugh, why did the mayor's confession have to be brought up by this guy? Why did this guy have to exist, period? We better do something before the judge declares the mayor guilty. As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by, I love these parts. When he talks about his fellow inmates. There is a time to fight and a time to yield. A time to live and a time to die. Ugh, he's laying it on real thick now. Judge, he just made a death threat against me. That's illegal. Hello? I guess he is already imprisoned, but can we add to his sentence or something? The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Okay. I don't want to talk to you any more than I have to, so let's make this as quick as possible. Let us go to that statement. Hold on, because I'm hearing this for the first time. It's so slow. Demon emerged. I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end. Okay, pressing. So after you fled into the hallway with the phone at the end, Tenma Taro ran off toward the foyer? Precisely. Notice any inconsistencies, Apollo? Well, Jinxie also saw Tenma Taro, right? She did. She said they passed each other in the hall after she made that call to the police. Well, if LaBelle had fled down the hall where that phone is, Jinxie would have seen him when she was returning from making her call. Oh, right. And if she saw him, she would have definitely asked him for help. Right, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I could have just... Wait, do we have her statement? They're leaving the scene. They passed each other at the hall. Carry a staff. She couldn't call for help because there was no one else in the hall. Got it. If you don't find some way to poke a hole in his testimony, Mayor Tenma is as good as guilty. This is bad, very bad. How bad? Very bad. Very bad, you say? Yes, very, 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 very bad. We need to find an inconsistency, a mistake, some kind of conflict, a problem, something that doesn't make sense, and a contradiction. It's all over if we can't find a flaw in the prosecution's case. I wouldn't say it's over. You'll still get to live. Even though Mayor Tenma will go to jail, possibly face the death penalty, but you'll be fine. Maybe your reputation will suffer a bit, just a tiny bit.
Objection!
Bam. Lord LaBelle, you're lying about having witnessed these events from the hallway. What on earth do you mean? Yes, care to fill the rest of us in, Mr. Justice? Do any of you know how to read? If Mr. LaBelle had really fled down the hall with the phone in it, he would have crossed paths with Miss Tenma. Oh, uh-oh. What's this? After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. Then, after making her call, she went back to the main hallway. whereupon she encountered the demon yokai, or whatever you want to call it. As for me, I call it Phineas Filch in the Tenma Taro costume. The encounter happened right here, where the hallways meet. As for Mr. LaBelle, if he had fled here, feigning escape from the yokai imposter, why yes, the two would have crossed paths. Right, except Miss Tenma told us that there was no one else in the hall. In short, Miss Tenma did not see you in the hall because you were never really there. Oh, my eyes, my beautiful eyes. That's just a fabulous scent now, is it? But Mr. Justice, the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess. If he was lying about hearing the confession from the hall, then where was he when he heard it? Inside the fox chamber. Where else? But isn't that within the very crime scene? Yes, good job, Your Honor. Would you like a cookie? It is, Your Honor, and that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's the third party I've been alleging this whole time. What? Think I'm the killer? How dare you?
Silence.
I have a headache. Foolish fop. A true man knows when he is beaten. The shield of lies comes to naught before a foe with the sword of truth bared. Is he helping? Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you? I thought we were on the same side. You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my cold, steely edge of judgment. Oh, okay. I guess he differs from Francisca in that regard. And I guess all the prosecutors don't know. Actually, no. Clavier was like this too. You are alone upon this battlefield. He's just sweating so much. It's so funny. Oh my god. You are alone upon this battlefield, with naught but your lies and sickly sweet perfume. I mean, he does hate him. He does, like, actually hate him. Whoa, what just happened? Blackwell's really tearing into him. You heard the mayor's confession from the inside, did you not, you deviant dandy? For the sole location from which you could have seen and heard the mayor and the tanuki, without either of them noticing you were right there in the fox chamber. Oh my. So that's how it's going to be. Fine. I'll come clean then. Seriously? You admit to being there in the fox chamber? I do. I did enter the room after the murder. But I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it. Oh, is that what Blackwell was going for? I feel terrible about lying like that, but it's a verbal cologne I use to protect myself. You'd better explain yourself, Mr. LaBelle. Yes, of course. I was just about to get to that. The witness is skating on thin ice. I'll remind you that perjury is a very serious crime. Now let's hear your testimony again, this time without your perfume of lies. Isn't this just dandy? I did enter the fox chamber after the murder, but I didn't enter until after Jinxie had heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen there. What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen. At least he admitted to hiding, so we know what his hiding place was, supposedly. From behind the screen? Well, yes, I believe you wouldn't be spotted if you were there. Just so, he could see everything without being spotted by the victim, or that tanuki, Filch. Suffice to say, he was a mere witness to the events, rather than an actual third party. Oh. This guy's as slippery as an eel. Apollo, you think he's telling the truth? No, I think he's lying, Athena, obviously. 'Cause, if he's telling the truth, we lost, man. You really shouldn't be saying shouldn't be asking me if I think he's telling the truth, Athena. Well, he was in the Fox Chamber, so at least that much must be true. The defense may cross-examine our slightly voyeuristic witness. Is that a way of saying, like, snaky? Or flying? Okay. I didn't enter until after Jinxie heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan, hid behind the folding screen. I saw it up close. Okay, we should probably press this.
Hold it!
Could you describe the crime scene in a bit more detail? And what exactly would you like details about? Well, what I'd like to ask you about is... Should we try feathers and tracks, or should we try murder weapon? This is too obvious. I feel he'll just say that he saw them there already. I'm gonna try the murder weapon. Could you describe the state of the weapons that had been used at the scene? The spear had been thrust all the way through Alderman Kyubi. Then there was that statue that Alderman used to I always struggle to say this word. To Lagoon Mayor Tenma. That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen to the floor. Oh right, the statue. But why would he find it inspiring? Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring? Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the merger had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between town and village, an inspiring symbol of goodwill. A broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Real inspiring. Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of any importance? Yes, because the statue was broken. It wasn't still together. So how would he still find it inspiring? I believe that to be extremely important. I requested it be added to the testimony. You liar. It was a token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger. Yeah, you could lie. It was a broken statue.
Objection!
Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle. What possibly could you mean? You said the statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct? It is indeed, but what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill, as if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Ha ha ha. Confident Apollo. Something the matter? So, how did you really know that the statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again? What? Justice Dono, explain yourself, and make it quick. What about if I take like 10 hours to explain myself? It'd probably cut off my head. The statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret. A secret? Whatever do you mean? What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma in the head. What's left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out. Really? Eep. Statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. Or Miss Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. LaBelle, where could you have possibly seen the statue in its original form? Yeah. Tell me, you liar. The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form. Hold on. What do you mean, where? Okay. Right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken. How dare you? But Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness with some sort of crime? One day, Judge. One day you'll be right up there with us on the same page, and you can see the truth for yourself without us having to spell it out for you. I pray for that day. Yes. Yes, I am. Lord LaBelle, I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex Kyubi. Oh, my eyes! pain, the agony. Order, order. Mr. LaBelle, you've been accused of murder. Do you have anything to say in your defense? You know, what kind of court would actually work like this, man? Ugh. How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty? Wow, he looks so beautiful right now, guys, doesn't he? It looks great. Way to go, Apollo. This is the conclusive evidence we needed. Magnifico. We've got you now. We know you killed the Alderman. Now admit it.
Silence.
My head hurts. Shut up. Face my back. Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer. Oh, that's good.
Objection!
What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust. And I just proved that he was in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Silence.
You're making my head hurt. Why could he have not seen the statue in its true form before the murder? After all, he was close friends with the Alderman. I don't know if I'd call him close friends. He was his aide. Ergo. Yes, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman Kyubi told me about it. About what the statue actually looked like. Is this because he doesn't like to sweat, so he sprays himself with his cologne so much that he starts sweating? This is his version of sweating on the stand. I mean, he was a good friend of mine.
Objection!
And me. Yeah, right. He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence.
Moreover, it has already been proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime. How many times do I have to tell you? Shut up. It has? I love that even though he breaks the chains, he's still stuck with like the cuffs. Forgotten, have we? Recall that little scamp's statement, if you will. When Jinxie Tenma unlocked the Fox chamber, she saw the Alderman and the mayor collapse therein, and no one else. Oh, dang it. The fact is, it was you two who made that apparent in yesterday's court session. Thus, Flora the Bell could not possibly have been in that locked room. How do you like that? Pretty cool, huh? No! Ah! I just don't get it. Me neither, Apollo. I haven't been getting it this whole time. This whole case, I've been so lost. I just don't get it. I can't understand what's going on. How could Jinxie not have seen the bell? The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. That's what you think. Am I not right, your boldness? It does seem awfully conclusive. The facts point to the defendant and victim being the only people in that locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection!
Yeah, but Jinxie's the only one who heard that confession. Shut up. You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in this charade is over, Justice Dono, and I'm tired of you talking. Something, truth, justice, something. Your baldness. This trial would last an eternity if we were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons. It is high time you brought down the hammer of justice. Point well made. I believe it's time to declare a verdict. I love these new graphics and the fact that they can show them like that, like the two of them on the screen at the same time. This court finds the defendant, Mayor Tenma. Hold it! Don't know who it is though. Oh! Ka! It would seem that my time is at hand. But Mayor Tenma? Counselor, there is a matter to which I must testify. I recall it now only for your good graces. Counselor? Oh right, he must mean me. No, Apollo, he means the freaking chandelier. Has he finally remembered what happened before that blow to his head? Bailiff, don't just stand there, seize him. It's no good. I can't restrain him. Oh, I would have loved to actually see him try to do that. Ka. Know me and despair, for I am Tenma Taro, demon lord of the yokai. Fun times, man. Oh, fun times. But Mr. Justice, do something. What do you want me to do, man? I'm not some kind of demon whisperer. Since when am I responsible for court security? Apollo, this is our chance. We might get some new information out of him. Your Honor, seeing as our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands that we hear him out, even if he is a yokai. When you put it that way, you're quite convincing. I guess I'll have to agree. Still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world. You've heard testimony from a parrot man. You can hear testimony from a yokai. Unprecedented in absurdity, more like. Alright then, Mr. Damien Tenma, or should I say Mr. Tenma Taro? Your testimony, please. This is a freaking kangaroo court, man, and we're just along for the ride. I shall now speak of recollections most real, courtesy of my host, Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortals, or hear them but once, you shall. Ka. I mean, no, I'll hear them at least twice, with the cross-examine function. The ruler of demonkind, oh gee. Barely conscious was Damien Tenma there amid the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. On one side, I, Tenma Taro, ruler of demonkind, and on the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox. But Kyubi was dead. What? So was the defendant asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time? Strange as it may be, yes, indeed. All was in darkness. And the part about Tenma Taro and the nine-tailed fox being there? Yes, that too. Tenma Taro towered overhead and the nine-tailed fox glittered gold. I call animal abuse, Your Honor. It would seem the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted. Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half-dreamt that happening lingers in his mind. Apollo, maybe I can help here. Really? Oh, you mean... Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. Oh yay, we get another psychology... therapy session. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event. Okay. I just hope our findings don't come back to haunt us. Again. I'm glad she didn't have to do this with LaBelle, because I don't think I would have been able to take him in. The fact that she controls so much data and that tiny thing is impressive, man. Okay, barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Okay. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. Wait, why is he sad when he says two yokai? One side. I Tenma Taro will lure to be kind. And on the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox. Okay, so there's several stuff here. But I think it's the happiness we should pinpoint. Okay. And then A. Takes me a second to remember every time because we don't do this as often. When the nine-tailed fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well. Joy? Who? Perhaps it was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. A long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence, and then there was light. On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal racket. A creaking door. Oh, you must be talking about the forbidden chamber door. It does make a lot of noise. Hold on. Hold on. So was Mayor Tenma in the Forbidden Chamber when Jinxie came? So did he kill the Alderman, strike the mayor, plant the feathers and tracks, open the Fox Chamber, put Mayor Tenma in there, dress up as Mayor Tenma, and stage the whole confession thing with Jinxie? Oh, that makes so much more sense. Yes. That makes way too much sense. Finally, I can actually guess what's happening. Oh my gosh. So this means the Forbidden Chamber really was opened. What about the sun and light he described? I think I know. He mentioned darkness and Tenma Taro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox Chamber at the time of the crime. Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here? Forbidden Chamber! For once I know what I'm doing. Everything's finally connecting. The Forbidden Chamber? Was it not the Fox Chamber where the murder did occur? Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's door opening. And the towering Tenma you saw? Most likely the Forbidden Chamber's statue. Yes, that would explain it. The darkness, the staff, and the demon's grasp. I'm like losing his voice, it's fine. But even if all that's true, then what about the nine-tailed fox? Maybe he was seeing things, just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai. Fantastico, Apollo, it's entirely possible. In a groggy, dreamlike state, people can misremember things and events. Misremember, you say? Let me think. Ah, I do believe. I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was the Amazing Nine-Tails. What? The Amazing Nine-Tails? At first, this has been a dream, I thought. Now, however, most clearly do I recall it. Wait, who's talking? I don't even know anymore. Was the Amazing Nine-Tails did open the Forbidden Chamber's door. Okay, progress. We're making lots of progress. Sorry I asked. Don't be sorry, Apollo. You'll get the truth eventually. The Amazing Nine-Tails. But that was the victim, Alderman QB, right? Yeah, why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed? Never mind that. This is completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update. Okay. Barely conscious in the Fox Chamber. Amid the darkness, a mighty statue of Tenma Taro loomed overhead. Suddenly the door did open and a shaft of light did pierce the gloom. The Amazing Nine-Tails had come to the rescue. Would it be the sadness this time?
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. When the Amazing Nine-Tails opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy, but didn't you also feel shock and sadness? Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the fiend's Cape of Red. But when I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did unexpectedly wash over me. A cape of red? Apollo, we've reduced the noise level. Oh, but there's still a little left. Mayor Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the red cape? Why indeed? What could this mean? I guess his memory is still a little spotty. I know because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence. Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face. Something this obvious could arise when someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definitive shape. Apollo, I know what you have to do. You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see. Oh, so it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process. Okay, time to review the evidence. Look out contradiction, here comes justice. Okay. So now it's like an actual cross-examination. So we go to the last statement. And then where's his promotional poster? It's probably what we have to present. Yeah, he doesn't have a cape. Right? Yeah.
Objection!
You said the Amazing Ninetales cape was red. Are you sure about that? Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but... Mayor Tenma, does this cape look red to you? Oh, that certainly does not look red. Not even scarlet or crimson either. Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did fill my eye as yet hazy field of view. And I thought to myself, the Amazing Ninetales is arrayed in a cape of red. So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh? Apparently so, and remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me. So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory. Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there that would have been that shocking? I know. Could it have been... Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw this? What's this indeed? We'd have to figure it out for ourselves. Yay! Should we present this, I guess? Nothing else shows what we're looking for. Or was it this? Falling to the floor. Where did he see the red? Oh, it must be.
Take that!
Oh no, foolish mortal, do you mock me? Whoa, sorry. Right, I have no recollection of seeing such an item. You must cease this practice of leaping before looking. So sorry. Ouch, that was a human demon double punch. Hello, think of something that's red and could produce a feeling of sadness. And take a good look at the evidence again. I thought it was the freaking cup that they were holding having fallen off. That's what he saw. Because we got nothing else except... I guess I'll just present the crime scene photo, man. I don't know.
Take that!
Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, what you saw was the Alderman's blood? Blood? Why, yes, it was blood. Ooh. It's all coming back to me now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the Amazing Ninetales, the Alderman's bloody body. Eek! Wait. So who was dressed up as the Ninetales? What's his face? LaBelle? Bye-bye. His noise level is down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now. Does this mean the Amazing Ninetales killed Alderman Kyubi? But the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work? Hey, I asked you first! Please stop bickering like school children. Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. That's how these usually work. True, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence!
Oh. Hoy, don't you think this strange? The little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the fox chamber, but she said not about seeing the amazing Ninetales there. Ugh, you just had to bring that up, didn't you? Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then? Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's? I'm assuming I can? Possibly. Okay, yes, I can. In case you hadn't figured it out, yes, I looked it up because I wanted to be sure, because sometimes you think yes I can, but then it's like a twist where you say no because it's not what you think it is, and you know. Obviously this game is complicated enough, so yes, of course I can explain it, because if I don't, we're in serious trouble. Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dono. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this. No, it's okay, I like my head. Eep, what about a good old-fashioned penalty? Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders. First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the fox chamber while it was locked. We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the forbidden chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So, let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us? Sadly, you would be supposing wrong. You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor? Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has, in fact, misremembered the event, what could have made her do so? Jinxie was confused. No. Rooms mixed up. No. Okay, so we were already saying this basically before we were asked, so let's go with this. LaBelle was disguised as Tenma. Which he could have easily done with his cosmetics. The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence.
That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces. But maybe the disguise completely hid his face? I think Jinxie would have mentioned if she couldn't see her father's face. And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it? Oh, right. Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Dono. Hey, I'm trying. Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of? No, please. I think I'll ah! Oh no. Oh jeez, okay. So it's not like usual, he actually struck him. What do you mean, humph? Are you okay, Apollo? I'm not fine, am I? Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way, your baldness, your verdict, if you will. Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments. What's even left for me to do? Apollo, remember what Mr. Wright always says? When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down. Turn the case upside down? You mean toss my, evidence book upside down? Just dump everything on the floor? You know how long that would take to clean up? Turn the case upside down. Ooh, he does say that, doesn't he? But I don't quite see how it applies here. What do you mean? You're stuck, so turn your thinking around. My goodness, Apollo. Okay, well, what's left that we haven't? Hand cream. Oh, here. Hair color that washes out with water. We haven't presented this yet, so that's probably what we're gonna present. But that doesn't... Again, the face, though. This is hand cream. Huh. Still never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it. A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. Oh, if he was wearing the mask, then she wouldn't have taken it off, and she wouldn't have told anyone either. And what about the fact that it was the amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others? Can these facts turn things around? Yes, they can. We got it all backwards. Apollo? I think we might have made a huge mistake. Your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce. Hey, hear them out. The defense has no proof. They never did, and they never will. And it seems I must announce my verdict.
Objection!
No! I do have proof. Do you now? Oh, jeez, we're dead. Alright, but this better be good, Mr. Justice. My popcorn has gone cold already. And I'm too lazy to make more. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father. Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place. These riddles are inextricably linked to Mayor Tenma's secret identity. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down. This piece of evidence clearly reveals Mayor Tenma's secret identity. The mask or the poster? I think it's the mask. So let's try that.
Take that!
I totally didn't double check it or anything. Gah, what absolute claptrap. Poppycock. Balderdash. Any more that you want to add into the mix, man? We thought the alderman was the amazing Ninetales and the mayor was Tenma Taro. That's why we believe the mayor killed the alderman in his lust for Ninetales' veil. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, we got the whole thing backwards. Oh. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenma Taro at all. He was the amazing Ninetales. What's this? You'd best explain yourself, Justice Dona, and from where you derived such a far-fetched conclusion. Jinxie no doubt knew the true identity of the amazing Ninetales, but she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence!
The accused and that deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection!
Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build, too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence!
Oh man, this is good. Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection!
A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him. God. Wah! This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room. Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already. First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and the alderman were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold... Ooh, new image. Awesome. That's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Oh look, he's Blondie in that, image. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the forbidden chamber. Then he returned to the fox chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, which I guess he had access to, somehow, and completed the disguise by donning the Amazing Ninetales' mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. A scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene. Ah, so then... the person who said I killed Alderman Kyubi was... Oh ho ho! Yep, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed. I knew it!
Silence!
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection!
No, you twisted samurai! This time, you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case. Wish we could have used his silence on him. Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the forbidden chamber, so he could drag the mayor back out into the fox chamber. Oh, so the Amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was... Right, it was LaBelle opening the forbidden chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the forbidden chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch, in his Tenma Taro disguise, ran as fast as he could from the room. Oh my gosh, what a time to be discovered. Ah, that's how we got to Feathers and Tracks. As he did, he left behind a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that had occurred, Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the fox chamber. I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense. Then, after dragging the mayor back into the fox chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out of the window and fled the room.
Silence!
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the Amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the Amazing Ninetales is preposterous.
Objection!
The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created a secret identity as the Amazing Ninetales. Gah, this is madness. No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot. You'd be surprised. No one except a killer is as insane as his plot. And I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies for sure. Foolish mortal, it is at your own peril that you forget who I am. Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the Amazing Ninetales, aren't you? Aye. Oh. Man, let me think about it. Maybe I'm the Amazing Ninetales, maybe I'm not. Ooh, you know what? Cliffhanger. We'll find out who said that hold it next time. Yay. I'm guessing it was LaBelle though. Who else would it be? He's probably gonna be like, no, you're wrong, blah blah blah. And other stuff. But with that being said, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Hope you guys are having an amazing day as always, and I will see you in the next one where we finally come to the long road that is the end of this case. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.